Hello, Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week of July 3rd to the 9th. First card out from the moon is Surrender to the Divine Full Moon. Big emotional week this week. I don't know why I immediately got hit with a wave of actually like positive emotions. So that's really exciting. I'm sure there will be a lot of revelations and change and epiphanies that will help guide you towards a better future. That's what I'm really feeling for Pisces. Pisces, I've honestly been getting really good energy for you for the upcoming weeks. It feels like a really big new start, and yes, answer, success is coming for you, so that is wonderful. Energy is the garden and the gate. Okay, it's time to get out of your comfort zone. It's time to act with more boldness, okay? I think you are ready. I don't know why I'm saying that, but like it just feels like you are ready for something. I just got a vision actually. Some of you might be pondering like if you want to have a child, like maybe talking about it, like, should we? Am I ready? And these cards are saying, yeah, you're ready. You know, you're never going to feel 110% ready, but yeah, you're ready, okay? Or some of you might be having a big test or some type of examination or essay that you're preparing for, and it's like, am I really ready to take this? And the answer is yes, you're ready to take it. It will be a good step forward. So I don't know why, I'm just seeing something like that. Like, am I actually ready for this? I feel like physically, mentally, emotionally, you are prepared, Pisces, for whatever this big decision that you're going to make is. Some of you, if you're watching, might be thinking, should I propose? You know, it's a really big decision, is what I'm feeling here. And you're kind of like pondering it with the universe, with yourself, with the people closest to you, and kind of worried, like, I don't know if I'm ready. Am I ready? The answer is yes, you are ready. Next, we have moon cycles. Mama Moon's coming in so strongly for your reading, which makes sense because we're in Cancer season. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Archangel Haniel, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. Absolutely. Full moons especially, those are times of great clarity. You know, the emotions that we keep hidden, that we bottle up, that we push down, they all come up during the full moon. People's true intentions come up during the full moon. Events unfold under the full moon. So really pay attention to that. And during the new moon is when the energy is nice and low, which is why it's a perfect time for you to start something new, because it's like there's a lot of empty space to kind of begin a new project, a new relationship, something of that sort. Also, I'm noticing these doves here with the moon cycle. Doves represent long-term relationship happiness. So your relationships, love life might be synced up with the moon cycles. So I don't know, I'm seeing something like that. Also, some of you might be getting or trying to get pregnant, and this is talking about like looking at your cycles, like your menstrual cycles. I know this is a weird message, but I'm actually seeing some like angel babies coming through in this reading. So if you have an angel baby, a little baby that is in the spiritual realms, they're definitely coming through in this reading, which is nice because I never really have that type of spirit come through in any readings. This might be a first actually. But I am seeing them coming through being like, hi, we're still here. We're still helping you, sending you blessings. And yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing a high level of fertility for some reason. 9 tarot cards out, 3 rows of 3. First card we have is the 3 of Cups. Celebration, success, achievement. Love that. We're seeing a get together either recently or early on in this week, which is fun. There may be lots of food, music, drinking, something of that nature, celebration of life, which is wonderful. We have the 7 of Air. Okay, hiding something, wearing a mask, a secret. You know, to be honest with you, with these cards next to each other, I'm actually seeing that this is a happy secret. And we're seeing those doves again. Doves, white doves might be, and also ducks. They might be an important spirit guide for you. Whenever white doves are around, I really do feel like that is a message from if you have angel babies, that would be a message from them. When you see white doves, think of them, because that's them showing you a sign. But also, I'm seeing a happy secret here. So for some of you, you might be keeping something to yourself because you want to kind of make it a bigger celebration, like a proposal or something, or maybe you're pregnant and not telling anyone just yet, or maybe, I don't know, I'm seeing like a happy secret. Either you're keeping it or someone's keeping it from you and waiting for the right time. So it could be this kind of bigger type of celebration. Third card out is the moon. Guys, how many times is the moon gonna come through in your reading? Mama Moon is here for Pisces, okay? Emotional healing. Your emotions sync up with the moon cycle. So crazy, Pisces. So crazy. All right, so pay attention to the moon cycles and see what they are doing for you for sure. There's a lot of emotions involved in your life this week, lots of emotions coming forward. I am seeing happiness. I am seeing also like mixed with like a bittersweet energy. I am like, there's so much. I want to see this next row so bad though. Fourth card out, we have the 8 of Air in reversed. This is what it looks like upright. And we see here someone kind of giving herself a hug. There's 2 birds on this branch, and then there's one right here kind of comforting her. Oh wait, did I say 8? I meant to say 3 of Swords. In reversed. This is a good card, to be honest, because it does show healing. And this could be healing from some type of betrayal for some of you, to be honest with you. Healing from some type of betrayal. But I'm also seeing healing from some type of loss and heartbreak. Like something you really wanted, it didn't kind of go through. This is a sad reading. I keep coming back to pregnancy for some of you. It's interesting. It's interesting because I'm feeling intuitively some type of win at something that you've kind of had failure in or a loss in previously. So for example, maybe in the past you really got your hopes up to get a new job, and then this month you study really, really hard. You over prepare for this new job and you're still worrying, like, is it time? Like, should I go on this interview? Am I ready for this test? Am I ready? Like, you're over preparing for something because you experienced loss in the past, or you're over worrying. Like, is it time for me to like let go of hope? Am I prepared? Will this go through? Is this going to be successful? So Spirit's kind of showing that type of fear of it not working out, fear of loss, over preparing, doing literally everything under the sun to make this successful. So center of your spread is the Ace of Water. Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. There's definitely someone who's pregnant here. There's definitely someone pregnant or trying to get pregnant watching this video, because and you know what, that might be the secret. Like, you are pregnant but you don't want to tell anyone because maybe you have a history of like losing pregnancies and you yourself are like really scared, and you just really want to make sure, like, you know, this is something that's going to be successful this time around before you even get your hopes up or tell anyone or buy anything, which is a good idea. But I mean, to be honest with you, Ace of Water, I'm getting a lot of success, a lot of fertility, a lot of, and I don't do fertility readings like that. I am not a doctor, guys. So like, if you're sitting here watching this and you're like, I'm absolutely not fertile, you know, use your own, you know your life better than I do. I am just someone on the internet. So listen to how this is resonating with you this week. But Ace of Water being the center of your spread, there is a new beginning here that you're almost like keeping it to yourself. It's so beautiful that you don't kind of want to jinx it. Does that make sense? And it's something that you're very emotionally attached to. Some of you guys might be adopting, and it's like you kind of don't want to tell anyone or celebrate until all the paperwork goes through, and it's not going to be a disappointment. I'm seeing something like that. The energy feels really good though, guys. Really good. Okay. So yeah. Sixth card out is the Tower. The Tower right underneath the Moon card. Focus on building a healthy foundation is what I want to say here. But again, I'm really viewing this Moon and the Tower as a fear that everything's going to fall apart, a fear of failure, an abandonment wound for some of you. Ace of Cups, Ace of Water in the center of your spread. This could also be a new relationship after a betrayal, for example, for some of you. And it's almost like you kind of don't want to get your hopes up in this new connection. You don't even want to tell anyone about it until, like, I keep coming back to 3 months, and we see 3 here, which honestly, like, that's usually, I believe that's usually the time people wait before telling people that they're pregnant, because those first 3 months, it's just really high risk of losing that. Same thing with relationships, honestly, too. Like, I always have a 3-month rule with anything new in my life, in this water energy. Like, if I'm seeing someone new and I'm really excited about the connection, I honestly don't let myself get overly excited until the 3-month mark. And then around 3 months, I'll maybe have a conversation with that person, see where we're going, see if it's something that's going to be really stable. And then after that, I'm like out here telling everyone, like, yeah, so I met this guy, I met this gal. And, so I'm seeing something like that this week, where it's like, you're still new to a new emotional beginning, like within the first 3 months is what I would say. So you're trying to keep it to yourself. Could even be like a new business for some of you, although to be honest, this feels more like an emotional matter. Although, I mean, creative matter as well. It could be something creative. Those first 3 months, you just want to establish a really strong foundation with them, with the Tower card, which is why you're keeping it to yourself, is what I'm seeing. Because in the case that it might not work out, it might fall apart, you don't want to get your heart broken, because I feel like that might have happened to you in the past. I don't know. So that is interesting. Final row out for you, 7th card. We have the 8 of Fire. Beautiful forward movements, guys. Ace of Water, 3 of Water, and the 8 of Fire. These are really happy cards. I'm seeing a situation where your happiness is growing rapidly. Your excitement for this new thing is growing rapidly. So that's great. Also, you might have a lot of phone calls, interviews, people emailing, reaching out this week, kind of being a bit popular. And I feel like the people around you can kind of sense that something's up with your energy, like you're keeping something a bit to yourself, but you're kind of glowing a little bit differently, like, oh, what is that Pisces up to? So that might be why, for some of you, I'm seeing like your mom or your grandma or your aunt or something, female relative, might be suspicious that something's up, and they might be the person that you kind of tell first, and you're like, but you got to keep this a secret. Female blood relatives most of the time are so intuitive, like that's like next level psychic connection. So even if you're not close with them, it's just something that happens. So they might know something's up, so you might tell them before anyone else, and you might ask them to keep it to themselves, whatever this happy new beginning is. We have the 4 of Air, lots of rest. I'm seeing an increased amount of resting, sleeping, just giving yourself a solid foundation for this new love to grow. And I love the progression here from the 3 of Swords to the 4 of Swords, 3 of Air to 4 of Air, because this shows, in the past, like we said, you had this type of loss, this heartbreak, and it's like, you know what, things are getting a little better. I'm seeing something that is much better. It looks a lot more promising this time around. But like I said, you're trying to temper that out, not get too excited, and I think you're in the perfect mindset, to be honest. Perfect mindset, and you're going about this completely in the right way is what I want to say. And again, peacock feather here right next to the 8 of Fire, increased amount of popularity this week. Okay, people reaching out a lot more. And your final card is the 6 of Air in reversed. This whole third column to me just shows like internally worrying, like, am I ready? Is this going to be okay? So I think internally you might need to work on your inner peace this week. The 6 of Air talks about going from rough waters to calm shores. And in reversed, it's like, you know, you may be emotionally in these rough waters, you know, having a back and forth, really trying to temper out these emotions of yours, not get too excited, but also like you're really excited, going back and forth with that energy. And it has that kind of back and forth emotional energy of like excitement, being in love, being so excited, to worrying and trying to pull your energy back a bit. I feel like this week there will be some processing and going from these kind of highs and lows to more stable, steady flow of emotions. So that may be something that you're going to be working on in the month of July generally. So that is nice. But otherwise, you guys are in like the perfect mindset for this beautiful new blessing that's coming through. So I commend you. Thank you all for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and I would definitely recommend watching for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus this week to get the fullest overview of your week ahead. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.